Yeah, we're live here with Coach Justin Cessante. Coach, I appreciate you being on. And Coach is the National Director of the Legacy Center. We're very fortunate last year to partner with these guys for the college camp tour. We'll be doing the same thing this year. Coach Justin, take it away.
Yeah, pleasure, man. Thank you so much. Having a lot of respect for what your group does over in Europe and the opportunities that you give these young men to not only develop but also play over in the States. I know from the first conversation we had, with our relationship, it seems over a year ago, to be able to deliver on the promises and put the passion and resource behind getting groups of young men over to the United States and part of our group and what we do, which I'll talk about in a minute, is just awesome. So thank you for the engagement. I appreciate the relationship and the opportunity to be on here to speak with you.
Appreciate that. So we'll jump right into it. The biggest thing, what you guys do is the college tour. Can you just elaborate on that? How long you guys been doing it? I know last year we had about six to eight guys over there with you. And just talk about how long you guys been doing it and the success you have, not only with us, but just in past.
Yeah, so legacy, first and foremost, legacy football is where our vision and mission is to be the best off-season development program in the country and to provide on and off the field development opportunities through education, social awareness, and football development. We wanted to be more efficient in everything that we do. We wanted to look at platforms, we want to look at programs that were offered to student athletes in the States and say, how can we make these more efficient and productive for our student athletes that we have the ability to touch? The college camp tour came out of that. As a high school football coach at Detroit Catholic Central, we're a powerhouse. We've been to 17 state championships in the last 30-some years. I would see a lot of my players during the summer, during that crucial time period in which we needed them to gel with their team, sacrifice and compete with their football team and get better, because there's not that off-season football that you would see down south or out west, which has now changed. But I would look at it, and they would be kids that were fragmented and leaving on Tuesday and Wednesday and on the weekends to go to football camps, college football camps. And obviously, you know how important that is for recruiting, also development opportunities, but you're also looking for the betterment of your team, the team, right? And so, we looked at it and said, how can we take a group of kids, 40 to 50 kids the first year, and go around the Midwest and hit different levels of colleges, because obviously all these kids are not Ohio State talent, although we have Ohio State talent on our camp tour. They're not all Miami, Ohio talent, but we have some Miami, Ohio talent on our camp tour. So we would put a good mix of logistics of bringing a media guy on, bringing chaperones that played football, played at high levels, finding logistically what made sense of going to different schools that would cover the Big Ten, the MAC, even the ACC, the SEC, the GLIAC, which is a big Division II conference here, and sometimes one AA and Division III schools. And so we wanted to find a way that we could get these kids in front of as many college coaches and colleges within a week to week and a half period, so that they could go hit another one or two camps for the summer, but they could go spend the majority of the time with their high school team. And so we only didn't look at that. We looked at, okay, what colleges now have the most colleges at their camp? Like, we didn't want to go to Michigan if Michigan was just going to have Michigan at their camp. Like, we knew we only had 3-4 guys that might be able to get a scholarship there. So we've done a really good job. It's became a lifetime experience, a journey. I think a realistic view to these kids if they really want to play college football. A lot of kids are in love with the concept of playing college football, but then they actually get there to the grind. They're like, I didn't want to sign up for this. So they get that taste. And I had a pleasure of having your father. Great man, very intuitive, very smart. Definitely listened more than I talked with him as much as I could. And he helped us with the social awareness. So, how the camp goes is everybody, whether they're flying in from Massachusetts or California or Europe, we all meet in Detroit. We all meet at Legacy. We have an orientation. They get all their uniform packets, all the information that they need, have a good orientation there, and jump on the bus, and we leave for 6 days. And, We take care of all the operations, the hotels, the camp logistics, the meals, all those things that we take care of as far as planning. And, most of these kids are getting in front of 300 to 400 coaches, going to universities that, some kids that came from Europe got scholarship offers from, and great development opportunity and life bonds with guys that they might have never met, and really an experience that changed most of these young men's lives. And that's been now going on for 5 years. So we're very proud of it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Can you just talk about how the tour not only is about football, but you guys also have the life skills clinics, and can you just elaborate on that a little bit?
Yeah. So, the life skills piece is crucial. Yeah, sorry about that. I have a newborn here, so I apologize. So the life skills portion is more important than the football piece. I mean, it really is. What is this game to us? Why are we still involved in this game? What is this game given to us that we have had the ability to give back to? And, we look at it like we need to make good young men. And this is just an equation for success in life, this game of football, and it's a relationship builder. So we have taken our time in the hotels to bring the kids up after long days. Sometimes they're getting up at 6, they're coming back at 8. They got to get up at 6 the next day. And, we're basically bringing them in and talking to them about all different types of things. Goal setting, peer pressure, the real grind, the process, from recruiting to the process of actually playing, the things that we've failed at, we've gotten in trouble, and what we've learned from our mistakes so that they don't have to make the same ones. And so that has built a relationship with these players that I stay in touch from 5 years ago still, and what they're doing in their lives, and finding a lot of success because they have a good foundation built within some of the things that we do education-wise and socially.
Yeah, and I think that's something that these kids definitely need to understand is football is only temporary, but the skills you not only learn from football is the things that are really going to take you further in life, So that's something I appreciate what you guys do, and we got good reviews from the kids, and they really enjoyed the life skills portion of the camp. Can you just name off some coaches on these college tour camps that because that's the big thing everyone wants to know. They're like, yeah, we go on these trips, but who really has the connections? I know I have my connections, but your list is far much longer than mine. But can you just elaborate on that? Because I think that's something key that everyone needs to know. You're not just going up there to go. You're going up there because you've built personal relationship with these coaches and staff.
Yeah, no doubt, and I don't want to be up here be a name dropper, but look, we've had over 1,000 college coaches come through our facility for our programs alone, but we have the big relationships, and we know guys that played for guys. I mean, we got most of our guys on our staff played in the NFL. I played at Grand Valley, whose head coach was at Notre Dame, is now at Notre Dame. The DB's coach is the head coach at Miami, Ohio, Chuck Martin. Defensive coordinator was at Tennessee. The offensive line coach is working NFL scout. It goes on and on, right? So the D'Antonios and the Urban Meyers and the Jim Harbaughs, and we were able to go to Michigan with their group when they got off the plane and walk into the University of Michigan, get a private tour of all their football facilities, meet players, see the new Jordans coming out. I mean, that stuff just doesn't happen for the average Joe. But again, we just talked about it. It's about life. It's about what you put into your relationships, you get back out. It's about putting out a good product, having the genuine heart of putting the best interest of the student athlete first. And we've represented ourselves well, not only here in Michigan and the Midwest, but the United States. And we're a brand name, and we're proud of that. We're proud of that because of the people, and it's the relationships with you, Evan, and our guys and those coaches. But this is a fraternity. I mean, to everybody listening out there, know that you're part of a fraternity, and that doesn't end when you hang up the cleats. You're part of a fraternity the rest of your life if you treat those relationships right. You work hard, you sacrifice, and you show grit. And that's what we take most pride out of. That we've built a family under our football umbrella, and now the family is extending to international, and it's awesome.
Yeah, it's extending right there in your living room too. So
yeah. She had to make sure to get her words in. Exactly. Dad likes to talk. So
yeah. So the Legacy Center, it's growing. We're happy to be your European, your international partners. So I'll let you just take it away about the school that's coming up and the plans we got for this summer.
Yeah, I mean, this is a game changer, and it's look, we have the IMG over here that everybody's very aware of, but we're trying for football specifically. There's going to be other sports included, but we sit on 300 and some acres in the middle of the state of Michigan, one of the most beautiful states in the country, and have a beautiful piece of land. Have already $30 million of sports complex built for baseball, soccer, volleyball, football, rugby, wrestling, all different types of sports and development. We're not a rental facility. We manage our clubs. We have sports directors that are have great reputations within their sports and their forums in their own respect. And we have came to now build a proposal and plan that is well in motion for a international prep academy called the Lead Academy. And it's going to be a sports academy with backed by some local colleges. We have a lot of very high respected colleges. We've consulted University of Michigan, talked to Schoolcraft College, things of that nature, and have the academic piece in. And next is to build the dormitory piece and the on-campus living. But as far as what our plans are is to bring a prep school over, build it with a lot of Canadian players, a lot of international players for football, soccer, baseball, volleyball. They all kind of have their different model as where they're going to get their student athletes. But as what I've seen you do in your group and your elite and see what the potential is there and really the want and determination to come over here and be part of this game and have the opportunity to play college football, we're hoping to be that main pipeline to do that. And the difference is here, throw all the facilities out. Throw that legacy football as a brand name here for football development. Throw out the whole IMG thing. If your kids come over here with the people that we have associated with us, the Herman Moores of the world is Pro Bowl Hall of Famer, Greg Jones won a Super Bowl on staff, Lewis Adams, blue chip running back, Oklahoma State, played in the NFL, Mike Martin, captain U of M, played in the NFL, Gatorade player of the year. Joik Bell played for the Detroit Lions, Lamar Woodley, Super Bowl champ. This is our family. Bernard Robinson. These are people that are in and out of our camps. Your kid's not only a child, your young man's not only going to come over and become a better man, but he is not only going to come over and then experience prep football in the U.S., but then he's going to go into the best off-season program in the country. And you want to talk about development and watching some of these guys that you sent over, Evan, that had so much potential and probably just scratched the surface working with you, right? Raw athletes. We played this game since we were 8 years old, 7 years old. So the excitement of being able to provide that at the top-notch level for a specific group. No, we don't want all the U.S. citizens. I don't want the guys that are playing at my high school. We want the guys. We think the foreigners, Europeans, the Canadians, we think we have ballers too. And I think we just need to get them over here and get their feet wet a little bit and see what they can do. So Basketball did it. No reason football can't do it. So that's what we're here to do. Change the game and change the game with your organization and our relationship.
So to make this clear to everyone, this school is for international players only.
Football, the football portion is no doubt about it. Yep. Canadians, they're so close. We sometimes don't consider them foreigners. They're, our border is about 25 minutes away from where I live. And then yes, overseas. Our facilities, I see, our facilities are state-of-the-art complex. When they're all said and done, it will be the IMG of the Midwest. But right now, we sit on 300 acres. 100 of the acres is actually the sports complex that actually sits on right now. We have an indoor football facility that's modeled after the University of Michigan, and it actually, in my opinion, is nicer because we have stadium seating and locker rooms off of it. We have a sports performance center. Obviously, we can get your athletic development on. We have the largest FIFA-certified indoor soccer dome in the United States, all grade A quality turf. And then we have a $1 million baseball training facility. A lot of the MLB guys come and train in, along with administrative offices. And then outdoors, we have 8 soccer fields, and we just added on 6 baseball diamonds, state of the art. So there's nothing like that. East Coast, Midwest, cold weather states, where it's at. And we're proud of that,
Perfect. And can you talk a little bit about the academic portion? Because you guys also have a very, very huge academic program going on over there, where you have your after-school programs with kids coming in there for SAT, ACT, prep. I mean, I think that's huge for these guys to know.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's not athlete-student. It's student-athlete.
Mhm.
And you got to get your education, and you're using this game to pay for that education. But our director of education is an ex-college football coach. So he coached at the University of Findlay and now is an administrator at a high school, and he runs all of our academic piece of things. So with him and then all the certifications and curriculum requirements you have to have for a prep academy, things are looking real strong. And there's going to be so much more because he's familiar with working with student athletes. You have the virtual side, you have the in-class side, but the organizational skills and the things that he puts in place to make the classroom competitive. Like when he talks about education, I'm in there. I'm like, yeah, I'm listening to a football coach talk about education, know what he's talking about. So that is going to be a differentiated factor and competitive advantage. Of just the environment that you're coming in is just going to be ultra competitive in everything you do. If you think you're just going to come there to play ball and you're not looking at what the actual circumstance and environment is to grow in all aspects of your life, you're going to have another thing coming because it's going to be at a high level on the academic portion as well.
Perfect. Coach, I appreciate your time, and we're looking forward to you guys coming out here in the summer and getting more athletes into college.
We can't wait to come, man. I'm excited. I've never been to Europe, so ready to come over with Chris and Legacy Euro. Appreciate it. Glad, excited to have Mike Martin on next week with you. And Mike Martin, real quick, University of Michigan, all Big Ten, captain, NFL, the whole nine. So excited. Keep doing what you do, Evan. Say hi to the family, and we'll talk to you soon, brother.
I appreciate you. Take care.